We're back again, taking a look this time at Vana with In Your Name. I'm super excited to check out this track, as I've actually found her through originally the Petrichor album that Dal Av and Jackson Rose made, because they did a collaboration with her originally called Your Majesty. And she seems to be a really amazing vocalist that is also getting a lot of traction, especially in the mainstream. So super excited to see what she's up to and how she's going to grow and become a bigger artist within the mainstream itself, because we need more people that are more on the independent side of music, especially within the world of metal. But either way, let's get into it.
My body dust off the dirt from my knees. The kind of news I'm wearing you around me. Did it hurt when you fell from the sky above? Did you know that I waited for you? Did you cry from beneath all the ashen dust? From the earth kept below you. Pick up the pieces, showing no weakness. The cardinals preaching, sours and sweetness. That's on the grave of the angels before you. I'll wipe off the blood that I wept on the statue. When I cry, does it rain? Do you ride from my
It's rather different from what I'm used to from her.
Spread your wings that I've never flown. Bet you take pleasure slipping blood feathers. A blood dripping on your collarbone. Turn the white, better make my eyes wetter. I light, but my mind can't talk me out of this. It's a paralysis, maybe I'm doubting it. My eyes are blind, I don't wanna complicate it. I should stop debating. I want it, don't want it.
Okay, I think that's actually a good point to stop and pause right there. So it's it's actually slower. It's a little more toned down than what I'm used to from her. People that are more like longer term fans of her, her works, will probably know that a lot of her other works are a little bit more on the spicier territory, to say the least. Probably should just say that word just for YouTube's sake, keep it a little more toned down. But yeah, it's very it is significantly more slowed down, not in terms of the musical composition wise, but just the overall tone and the ambiance of the music itself. It's a little bit harder to describe what I'm meaning in words, but I think a lot of you who are originally fans of, well, again, longer term fans of her, will know what I'm specifically referring to. And also, just from glimpsing on her works that I've seen as of more recently, her vocal abilities do seem to be very, very much improving. Her range is just getting better and better with pretty much every song, every release. So she's definitely, seems like she's doing a lot in terms to really improve and focus on making the quality of her voice way better. And even the music videos, granted, I haven't seen a lot of her music videos, so I can't compare this one specifically to a lot of like what else goes on in her previous works, just because I don't have that specific reference. But there is a very interesting an interesting backdrop to this entire video, and I'm still trying to really parse through what the overall theme is. I'm not the best at interpreting what subliminal messaging in lyrics or subliminal messaging within the videos themselves, but I do enjoy a lot of the newer artists, especially like her, that are coming up now, and they're really starting to change metal, and they're changing rock in a way. And even when it just comes down to the overall messaging behind their lyrics, it's getting a little more poetic. And then also just how the music is composed itself, because a lot of music now, it's very, well, I would say more so this applies in metal. It's more so you almost get the best part of the song first, because that's just that's how a lot of media works right now, with everybody's crappy attention spans, and nobody wants to wait for a build up anymore. So that's just the way music is going as of this point in time. And a lot of the newer artists within metal, I think they even know this themselves. So they really have to adapt and figure out how to grab people's attention in this world where nobody has an attention span anymore due to stuff like TikTok. But let's keep going on this. One more pause right there. I think that's going to be opportune time. So that instrumental right there too, I'd wonder if she actually like does her own if she composes everything herself from start to finish, or if she has like somebody in the background that's helping her with a lot of how to place the instrumentals where they need to be, like the guitars in the perfect place, the drums, and make sure everything's spaced out really well. Because I did mention right at that little moment where she had like just a little teeny tiny break in the music where just everything was cut out. And a lot of you will probably know that that's a very, very frequent thing, especially in music nowadays with metal, is that typically a lot of artists, they'll utilize pauses. Like they'll just cut out everything for a brief moment of time, just to in a way, I think, like reset, or like make sure that you aren't completely jarred out of what you're doing because like you switched it too soon and there was no brief little break there. But that pause was so like, it was so short to the point that I barely even noticed it. I almost didn't even catch it, but then I like caught it real quick, and I was thinking, oh wow, like dude, she is like, that's really good. And even like these songs, they keep getting tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter. So it really makes me wonder what like the future of music is going to be, because I've called this before in some of my videos that I'm starting to believe that music in the future is probably going to get down to like TikTok length, or like just 3-minute music videos, which a lot of them now are, so that way you can fit them in like again like a TikTok fashion, or like short form fashion instead of long form. Because it's the way things are going right now with people, just they're engaging more with short form content, the vertical type stuff where you just hold your phone up, there's less friction to it, you can swipe through, find stuff. And that's even how I find a lot of stuff nowadays. That's how I found her. I just found her just scrolling through Instagram one day. So it seems to be the way things are going. Just yeah, finding stuff on Instagram or TikTok. I mean, I found Dalab and Jackson Rose, and they did a collaboration with her, and that was a absolutely amazing album. And she's even doing a lot more collaborations with other artists like Magnolia Park, another amazing freaking artist, and they're getting up there in fame and popularity now. So it's really awesome to see where metal is going right now.
Unstable state of mind, looking to rise.
So I keep saying that this is pretty much the new standard for metal and rock as a whole, is you have to be very punchy with your instrumentals and your vocals, and everything has to be on point. And like this song even speaks to that itself. Again, it's the way music is heading. You can't you just can't have like a lot of slow buildups now, and a lot of the music, it has to be really good from the start. That's just my experience, just looking at metal as a whole, and that's coming from a guy that's like 90% of what I listen to is metal. I listen to some other genres here and there, but we do need artists like her to really come into the scene and change things up, and really like make very unique music, which is very challenging nowadays in my opinion, because there's only so much you can do in terms of making music nowadays. And I even get into this in my live streams sometimes, where I say that like a lot of creativity now, it's very hard to make something new nowadays. But Vana is managing to really change up things in terms of making something that sounds pretty new, but also like more familiar, even in terms of metal standards, which I think a lot of metalheads are looking for. Me myself, I would like to see some more change, but when it comes to this genre as a whole, you have to pretty much cater to a certain specific audience, because metal, it is kind of a niche thing nowadays, and it's again, it's very hard to find a fan base nowadays, because the standards are just raising so damn high, to the point where it almost seems impossible. I've seen so many artists like her that they just don't seem to get the popularity that they really deserve, because people, they're like, something with just metalheads nowadays, it's just absolutely astonishing that a lot of good artists like herself just aren't they aren't seeing the kind of growth that I think they should, in my opinion. But that's my opinion. Maybe you guys have different opinions on that. You can let me know in the comments below. Either way, I am going to end it right here. So if you made it this far and you're new, hit that subscribe button for more content like this. If you want to see more Vana in the future, whenever she releases new music videos, I'll get to those as well. I'm super excited to see what she has going forward. Also, if you aren't checking out my live streams, I'm live every single day, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Come and say hi, say hello, join the chat, let me know what you think. We talk about a lot of different things in there besides just music, everyday life stuff, anime, manga, metal, mosh pits, whatever you're feeling. Come and let us know, join in on the topics, and we'll see where we can go from there. But either way, I'll see you next time.